Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and no prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
This episode is brought to you by Regret and Bad Choices.
Are you ready?
Starting now?
Well, now you just messed it up, you knob. God, you know that the shit that we go through for this, huh?
I know. Fuckers better appreciate it. When we started, we were just like, yeah, we're just going to do this, man. You know, shoot our wad into the wind and see what happens. What's the title of this podcast again?
I don't know. Objects, I don't know. Something with a penis, I guess.
Right.
Our fucking faces are everywhere now.
Right.
You know, but
You're welcome, ladies.
Right. Popular with the ladies. Right. Oh, I'm not even going to apologize because hopefully it sounds fucking hilarious.
Yeah, totally. This is fucking explicit now.
The explicit button. Let me use my finger.
It is time for another episode of Sober, Not Mature. And that episode starts now. All right, everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Sober, Not Mature. What's up, all you jive turkeys out there? Come on now. So, first of all,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You were going to answer. Go ahead.
I was going to say, well, by the time they hear this, the turkeys will be all dead and digested and, probably in the toilet.
You know what? That's a good goddamn point. But I've got that's kind of a lead in for a couple of things. But my first question, because I was thinking about this before we started, because I'm thinking, obviously we're on a particular day, but I'll get into that in a minute. But where did that come from? Was that from a TV show, right? Jive Turkeys, wasn't that from a 70s TV show?
I think all of them.
You know what? That's okay. Okay. Question answered.
Right. Jefferson's, Sanford and Son, What's Happening, all those Good Times, all those urban television shows from the 1970s.
Right. Yeah, that was the thing. Everyone was a jive turkey. So yeah, I guess you're right. But so there's a couple of weird things right now for this recording today. So not necessarily weird in a bad way, but the first weird thing is I think it was mentioned. We mentioned it last week or in the promos. Is that we're under the same roof.
We are.
That's the first time, and because you didn't feel good or your car issues, whatever. It's been a couple of years since you've been here.
It is
on Thanksgiving. So that's a weird thing too. But so we're both under the same roof.
We are.
You're gonna hear a little bit of an echo from Mike, but that's okay. You know what? We're gonna work with that because Mike is kind of I don't know, working on the fly here. He didn't have his boob, so he's bent over his microphone. That's number one. He's in a room. He's in a room that echoes, and it seems like it echoes more than it did the last time, but not that it fucking matters. It is what it is, because we're not going to try to fix it because we don't do that sort of thing. But also then we were going to hook up. If everyone remembers when Mike asked if he had to bring his Ethernet cable, does everyone remember this thing?
Right.
And he cut me off with the story and all that. Not that would have mattered, but so Mike has an adapter, so do I, to hook up our Ethernet cables into our computers. And Mike, just curiosity, where is your adapter for your Ethernet cable?
It's on my Ethernet cable in Cleveland.
So let's backtrack. Yes, you do have to bring your Ethernet cable.
Right.
because
just
it's
the tip.
Yeah, because it's just that and why wouldn't it be? I mean that in the best way possible. Why wouldn't it be attached to it? Because that's
Right.
what we do. We keep things where we use them.
Exactly.
But so here's the other weird thing: is that we have, and this is a never so far. We've recorded on different days and times and all those sort of things, but we're actually recording on a holiday. So yeah, we are recording on Thanksgiving Day.
Gobble, gobble.
As you're gobbling your microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I can just picture you. Yeah, like sitting there gobbling his microphone. But yeah, so a long story, which we can get into a little bit later. It's possibly unimportant anyhow. But so yeah, we're actually recording on Thanksgiving Day because I'm sort of out of necessity, sort of by choice, but we've got the fucking time, so we're doing it on Thanksgiving
Exactly.
Day. Yeah, we haven't eaten yet, but we're at our sister's house, and it's going to be surprisingly only a couple hours. So we should be able to wrap this motherfucker up and head down to the table and stuff our faces. So
Perfect.
exactly. But I think this is our gratitude episode, right? Is that
Usually, yeah, it's usually what we try to do.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean it is, but usually it is.
Okay, so let's go back to two things so far that have just been logical answers every 70s show. And usually, I mean, those two things, I mean, I just asked two of the most ridiculous questions I've ever asked, and the entire time we're doing it, got the best answers ever. Okay, so we can try. We'll try to fill in some gratitude stuff here, but I think that's kind of the main theme, if I'm not mistaken. But I've got a couple of things. I actually wrote down a couple of, I haven't had articles in a while, but had a couple of things I ran across, a couple of things about, two things about a couple of podcasts. One's kind of like a, hey, they're doing this and kind of interesting. The other one's kind of like, hey, they're doing this now. Okay. So I get two things on that. Plus I'm sure we got plenty of other shit, but yeah, we got gratitude stuff, if nothing else. Right. Sure. Okay. So, do you, my friend Mike, is your book hooked up to your Ethernet cable also? Or?
It is. No, this may shock you, but I brought my books with me because, hey, guess what? They go everywhere I do.
I know. I didn't know if if by chance. I mean, if that could make sense. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do with your Ethernet cable in your own time, if that's where your books are attached to, or whatever the case is. So.
Well, if you ever bothered to smell it, you would answer your own question.
Okay, there's the third thing. Why didn't you just smell it? Okay,
right.
Every 70s show usually, and why didn't you just smell it? Perfect. I got it. That's it. The theme that could be the theme of our episode. Why didn't you just smell it?
Right.
You know what? Okay, wait.
I'm turkey, grateful. The pie.
I'm grateful that I didn't. Yes. I didn't smell your cable. So.
Right. All right. Okay. So yes, I have my book. Do a reading. Nothing jumped out at me. So and actually, I'm pretty sure we've done this before, but too bad we're doing it again. So I went to the back and looked up gratitude, and because that's what you do. If you don't know what you're doing, look it up. And this is January 29th, and it's actually one of my favorite ones. It is dog-eared. It is one of the ones I used to do in group all the time. And So here we go. January 29th. A single grateful thought toward heaven is the most complete prayer. Some German guy. I'm not even going to try to fucking pronounce it. All right. Thank you is one of the most important things we can say to anyone. Thank you packs a lot of meaning into two little words. Thank you says, I see you. I see what you have done for me. You have been kind to me. I know what it takes. I know what it takes. What? I know it takes work to be kind. I feel special that you did the work of being kind to me. I am grateful. Sometimes it's hard for us to say thank you because we are too busy feeling shame or sadness or anger. So what? No excuses. Those feelings are your own problems, and we know what to do about them now that we have a recovery program. No matter what is going on with us, we can always find help, and we can always be kind to others. Saying thank you is an easy way to start. Prayer for the day. Thank you, higher power. Thank you for the gift of life, for a world of natural beauty and power to live in, and for the people around me who love me and accept my love. Thank you for caring about me and helping me every day in my recovery. And please help me ask for the gift of your help each day. Today's action, damn it, actions. Today, I will practice thinking, thank you, higher power, every time I receive a little help or a lucky break.
So first of all, that prayer for the day, my God, that was long. I was
Yes, it
like,
was.
for a minute there, I'm like, did I miss where you said action for the day? Did I fall asleep for a minute?
Nope.
But I mean, I like that. There was a reading that I pulled out and posted recently that was kind of along those same lines, because the same thing this week with the readings, although I liked them, I think I only put in this week and last week, I think I was kind of searching back for the things I post on social media in the morning.
Mhm.
Same deal. Not that there's anything wrong with the readings, but you always say it. They did, they didn't really jump out at you.
Right.
But there was one that I pulled out recently about that said a thank you thing. Maybe that was from this week. Anyhow, so the action part of it said, what was it about practicing? That part I didn't get a chance to write down.
I will practice thinking, thank you, higher power, every time I receive a little help or a lucky break.
Okay, so a little help I get, a lucky break. So do you think? I guess let's start out there.
Uh-huh.
Anything in I don't well, I suppose anything in life, is it a lucky break, or was there something else behind it? Do you agree with a lucky break?
I mean, yeah, occasionally something falls your way that you didn't really have much to do with. But again, did you put yourself in, did you prepare yourself to be, in a place where you can accept a lucky break, that you're open to it.
Right.
Right. Cause I mean, shit passes you by all the time. You're looking the other way. You're not going to see that exit ahead of you. Yeah, so yes, occasionally there is a lucky break, but they're pretty fucking rare, few and far in between. More often it's, again, you've prepared yourself, you've put yourself in a position to be somewhere where you can, be in the right place at the right time. And again, you could say it's a lucky break, but I mean, at this point, I think we've put in enough work that we know that we have to do the work first. Otherwise, what the hell's the point?
Right. Well, and I like what you said there, and I think that's probably the most important, component of, or at least the start of everything that you just talked about, which I agree with everything you just talked about. But
Mm-hmm.
you said, putting yourself in a position to receive that lucky break,
Right.
and I think that in and of itself. So, so take a look at us. Maybe we're I mean, I think we're doing, most of the right things
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. At least
Yeah.
that's our attempt, and
Sure.
that's our desire to do that,
Right.
as opposed to literally, 16 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
as before, again, that last 6 months or so, or even 4 or 5 months before we got sober. I I know I thought I deserved a lucky break.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I demanded it.
Um, but I believe, if I remember correctly, the things that I was doing and the way that I was living my life, all the lucky breaks were falling over there because I was over here in the I'm gonna fuck everything up lane.
Right.
I wasn't in the lucky break lane.
No.
Not that I would receive everything in the lucky break lane, but to your point, you've got to be at least doing the right things to be in that, in that hemisphere, which
Mhm.
I was over in the I'm going to fuck everything up,
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
And then,
The
like you
gutter.
said, yeah, and lucky breaks were not flowing down the gutter.
They were not.
Don't smell that's in the gutter. Speaking of that, don't smell that.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that was that part of it. But the other thing too, and in the same thing, and that's why I was thinking about the lucky break, which the initial thought was, we're doing all this different work. Nothing comes by chance, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
But, to your point, yes. I mean, every once in a while, there are things that are just that good fortune is going to come our way,
Right.
that we either, well, hopefully didn't expect, if it's truly good fortune type of thing, or a lucky break. But on top of that, even if we sat down and thought about it, I don't know. I mean, I had nothing to do with this thing that happened to me, with the
Mhm.
exception of I'm out here, trying to live a good life. So hey, every once in a while, I get a gimme, and so do you, maybe, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So after there was the lucky break, and then there was something else, practicing the lucky break, and then there was one other piece to it, right?
Receive a little help.
Oh, okay. So, and I don't know. I mean, the thank you part of it, yes. I mean, if somebody helps me, I mean, again, a lucky break. Am I going to thank my higher power? I guess I don't really think about it that way,
Mhm.
But if somebody gives me help, I mean, there's no doubt these days I would feel stupid. I would feel bad if I didn't say
Mm.
thank you if somebody helped me do
Oh,
something.
absolutely. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, appreciate. I mean, a big part of recovery is, doing for others, being of service, all that good stuff. But the flip side of that, and it's, I'm certainly better at it now, but I mean, early recovery, it was all about, giving it out and trying to be helpful to other people. But I've also got to remember that I have to be grateful for when people help me, because, that's helping them. And I've got to remember that, because I mean, yeah, clearly a huge part of my problem was being a taker all those years. And, but so again, balance. Ooh, there's that goddamn word again. Um, but yes, I can't be a taker, but I also have to be gracious and grateful when someone does something for me, because I have to realize that that's helping them. That's making them a better person. And that's, I have to play my part in that too.
Well, and one of the things I wrote down, which was from the beginning of the reading, I mean, obviously it said, saying thank you has a lot of meaning, but it said it
Mm-hmm.
takes work to be kind. And I was thinking about on our side of things, obviously, that we got to work to be kind. But I just thought about it
Mm-hmm.
when you were just saying that, when somebody else does something for us,
Right.
we've got to realize that. I mean, yes, it helps them, and also it takes just as much, maybe not just as much, but it
Yeah,
takes effort
probably not
on.
quite as much, because it takes a lot of effort on my part.
I know. As soon as I said that, because there's just some people out there that are just genuinely kind and don't really have to
Mm-hmm.
think twice about it. But so,
Right.
but one way or the other, it does take work for people to do do
Mm-hmm.
kind things for us. So
Right.
to your exact point, we got to remember that not only does it help them, but also realize that it takes work. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
are we? Not, again, maybe not saying that I deserve it, or do we deserve it, or whatever, but I
Right.
mean, we are the recipients, so we're gracious enough to be the recipients of that
Mm-hmm.
kindness. So yeah, I mean, fucking say thank you. God
Hell
damn it.
yeah.
But there was a part in there too that talked about that, obviously it said, hard to say, obviously hard to say thank you, but it said we were too busy feeling shame, anger, and there was a couple of other things in there.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think that goes back to, hopefully to us prior to, this whole sobriety thing, that, we were too busy and too wrapped up in our own brains and our own
Yeah,
bullshit,
absolutely.
okay. Yeah. To even
Yeah.
say thank you. Okay.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And of course the line right after it is, so what? Get over
Right.
it.
Right. And
No excuses.
And you know what? There's certain things with these readings that some of the readings are so, I'll say, heartfelt, and
Mm-hmm.
just heartfelt, and I mean, all of them I suppose are genuine, but so
Sure.
heartfelt and down to earth, and just all this, kind of soft and almost loving. But then every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while, it's like, you don't like this, so what?
Yeah, exactly. Especially in God Grant Me. That's probably why it's my favorite book. Yes, they will
Right.
drop those in there. Hey, get over your badass.
Get over yourself. You're not that fucking important to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's certainly not that important, under any circumstance. But yeah, that is. I mean, being so wrapped up in, we've talked about it before. so wrapped up in our shit that we do something wrong, we can't apologize, or we
Mm-hmm.
just say we're sorry again. And
Right.
God forbid the person that we said that to doesn't accept it. We're like, well, fuck you then. I won't say you're sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't say thank you, and we wonder why people get upset or don't want to help us anymore.
Right.
Because we don't feel appreciative. Or don't show
Yeah.
that appreciation. But I mean, seriously, how fucking hard is it to say thank you to somebody?
Right. Exactly. And it's pretty easy. And I mean, I'm pretty good at it. Hell, I stopped on the way here to, take a piss and, whatever, stretch my legs about halfway. And, I was walking into the travel plaza, whatever the fuck it was. And yeah, there was a lady and her kid in front of me. And, she went to open the door to let her kid in. And she paused half a second to keep the door open for me. And yeah, of course I said thank you. I truly appreciated it. I mean, she could have, not taken that half a second pause and kept going, and I'd have grabbed the door and opened it, and it'd have been fine. It wouldn't have even been all the way closed, but I appreciated that she took that beat and kept the door for me. It was nice. Yeah, I said thank you. And then fuck you, your kid's ugly, and we moved on with our lives.
What I was gonna say is that even looking the way that you do, she held the door open for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not in a bad way. You're not an unattractive individual. You just have you command a certain presence with your outfits and your earrings, and I mean you're all covered up so you can't see all the tattoos. But
right,
it's
I
could easily right. I could easily see, especially some female with her young child being like, man, I'm gonna try to get inside this joint. This fucking maniac's coming up on me. I don't know who this dick is, who this dude is. But we've talked about that so many times, and that is the one of the perfect examples is being at a gas station or a travel plaza and that sort of thing. I know you spend, a lot of time, not spend a lot of time, but end up at them. And so do I. I mean, I end up at travel plazas a lot now. And I used to also on the toll road. I'd stop at those places. But it I don't know. Everyone's in their own fucking world. And I mean, I am too. I've got places to be and people to see, and I got all this shit on my mind. But I mean, I'm not special, So why? What is my life circumstance means nothing to anyone around me. Unless it's affecting them openly.
Right.
So I guess let's take that part of it. But in a general sense, my life circumstance or whatever my quote unquote, here's air quotes, troubles are, nobody gives a fuck, number one. And,
exactly.
And why not for me? Maybe I'll make myself feel better by actually, doing one of those little minor random acts of kindness, right?
Yep. Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, I don't like people passing me on the road because I'm moving along at a decent clip and whatever. But, sometimes you got to back off and let somebody in, Yeah.
Right.
And occasionally I do. And then occasionally some motherfucker doesn't do it for me and it pisses me off. But, then 2 seconds later, it's over with. I don't care. I swing around him and blow past him and I'm ahead of you anyway.
Yeah, it was funny. I got off, where was I coming back from? I think last weekend I went up to that, basically I'll call it a walking trail, but the hiking trail, that Coffee Creek that I go to. And a lot of times I'll run up there first.
Wait. There's a creek made of coffee? Where's this at? I want to go.
It's fucking awesome. Look, do you pay attention? Do you follow me on social media?
Not really. I don't follow anybody.
I know, but no, it's called it's that nature preserve that I go to all the time. But yeah, Coffee Creek, and I bet plenty of people say they're like, God, I would go there just for the name,
right?
But I went and I did. I think it was on Sunday. I had to finish up whatever I was doing, and I did a little walk there, and then was cruising down, and I had to go to Walmart. So I was going down 49, and then got off 49, and to get into Walmart there, I mean, you are going across, 2 lanes of traffic, and then into a left turn lane after this. So theoretically, you're moving over 3 lanes ultimately,
Right.
But when I got off the highway, I mean, I'm going down the off ramp, and I'm looking, and I don't see any cars coming. I see one. I get in behind these cars. Everything's clear. I didn't do this, this complete like I'm a dick cut across. I
Right.
slowly moved myself over,
Mm-hmm.
and I was behind this guy in the far right lane for a minute, and then moved over, and then get into the turn lane,
Right.
and then I end up that this guy's coming up, and he's kind of beside me, and he's just staring at me like he's pissed, and kind of like looking at me like, what the fuck did you do? I was
Mm.
behind him. Okay,
Right.
I did not cut him off. Maybe I got a little bit close, but I mean, it was a red light. All this
Yeah.
traffic was coming up. I didn't come up hard on him. I didn't come in
Mhm.
hot.
Right.
So he's just staring at me. So you know what I did? I just kind of like I don't know, the like Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump when he's waving to Bubba.
Yeah.
I waved to him that way. That's exactly what I did. I'm just like this
Hi.
fucking stupid ass wave with a big old dumb smile on my face. He just
Mhm.
looked away, and I'm like, because I mean, he probably expected me to flip him off.
Sure.
And part of me was like, what are you looking at, you fucking idiot? But I
of course.
just waved at him, stupid, and he didn't know what to do with himself. So.
Yep. Sometimes the most annoying thing you can be is happy and kind.
Yeah, kind of like, well, why are you looking at me? I didn't fucking do anything. I did nothing at all. Did nothing wrong. I don't know what your fucking problem is, but
Right.
all right. So, I suppose I should just say thank you.
Yes. And I will accept it graciously.
Exactly. So, anything else? Anything else in the reading that jumped out at you, or anything else that we missed?
No, I don't think so. Just get the fuck over it.
Get the fuck over it and say fucking thank you. That's it.
Exactly.
How goddamn difficult is it, right?
Not very.
All right. So, and I don't know if we really have a plan for this whole gratitude, episode thing here, but
Right.
I probably
I
not.
don't.
Guess, no, I know. And the thing of it is, and I guess let's just let's address this in a general sense, and let's go on and do what we always do, or whatever we feel like.
Right.
It's, I don't know, from a general standpoint, it's hard for us to have it. It almost seems. It seems difficult to try to plan. Let's talk about gratitude, That's number one, because we don't really have, I mean, yeah, somebody dies or something fucking weird happens. We'll have an idea of what we're going to talk about.
Right.
But we really don't do topic episodes,
Right.
So I guess it felt weird as I was about to say that. I know the first time we did a gratitude episode, we were trying to, I know, really hard to just make it all gratitude stuff. And if I remember correctly, it was fucking laborious,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, as far as gratitude goes, I mean, it's part of our lives. I mean,
right.
At the end of the day, I mean, that was an early one, habit to get into and lesson learned and all that stuff. At the end of the day, well, first of all, thank you, Marty. Grateful drunks don't drink.
Right.
So, every day find something to be grateful for, no matter how shitty your day was, how many bad moments you had throughout the day, there's always something to be grateful for. And sometimes it's a little harder to find than other days, but it's there. Find it, do the work, find that thing that you're grateful for every day. And I mean, I know you do, and I do too. End of the day, man. I mean, that's part of my routine, my ritual at the end of the day, doing the 10th step and all that stuff and the prayers. And, but yes, being grateful for people in my life and sometimes things, sometimes I got to lay back and go, fuck, man, I got some nice stuff. And I'm grateful for it. But that's clearly not the most important things. It's the people and the relationships and all that stuff. And yeah, that is part of the routine is taking a look at that every goddamn day, because I want to be grateful because I'm a drunk and I don't want to drink.
Okay, Chad, today you're going to drive the all-electric Toyota BZ.
But my electric vehicle phobia. I'm not ready, Dr. Ross.
I believe in you.
Oh my gosh. We're inside it.
Try to take deep breaths, okay?
The ventilated seats, they're touching me.
You can do this, Chad. Drive the car. How do you feel, Chad?
I feel cured. Woohoo! I'm doing it!
The all-electric BZ. One drive can change your mind. Toyota. Let's go places.
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing too is that and I hope, like you said, it's part of what we do. It's something we learned,
Mm-hmm.
very very early on. And my hope and hopefully, my hope and I think our hope is that
Mm.
people that listen to us and people that know us, hopefully, can see that there's some gratitude there. Because
Mm-hmm.
if we're doing this thing right, the way that we act, the way that we speak, gratitude's an action word. We talk about that
Mm-hmm.
all the time. The things that we are doing in our lives on a daily basis, do show the gratitude. And again, I say hopefully that's evident. It doesn't mean that we need. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. To like,
Mm-mm.
hey, email us at info@SoberNotMature.com. Tell us how you think we're grateful.
Right.
No, we don't fucking need that either. We didn't need your
No.
thoughts and goddamn prayers when I had a heart attack. We don't need to tell us how fucking grateful we are.
Right.
Um,
You can tell us how
so
great we are.
now that's a different story. Info
Right.
at sober, not mature. If you'd like to stroke our penises,
Metaphorically.
metaphorically,
Right. Yes.
metaphorically stroke my penis
Yes.
and his too. It's okay. It's okay, Chris. It's metaphorically. It's
Mhm.
all right.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just saying that hopefully it comes across that way. So, I guess my thought was that we shouldn't have to sit down and be like, okay, let's have the whole episode,
Mm.
directed towards gratitude. But we do have a lot to be grateful for, and the thing of it is
Mhm.
being grateful. Like you just said, these bad moments and whatever the case is, there's always something to be grateful for. And
Mhm.
I was talking a little bit about work before we were watching the football game,
Right.
and literally I'm coming off the worst month I've ever had at this job. and
Mhm.
and it's my commissions this month are fucked. And I mean, that's where part of my a good part of my income can come from.
Right.
And I get all grumbly and stuff like that. I've been grumbly about it over the last probably week leading up to the end of the month. And the regardless how grumbly I am, when I'm sitting down at night to do that 10 step and those prayers, I don't
Mhm.
focus on it because I can't.
Mm.
I can't do that to myself. Number one, I need to sleep. And number
Right.
two, I can't do anything about it. So why even whatever?
Yeah.
But here's the other thing is that, yes, I'm grateful I have a job. Yes, I'm grateful I'm employable. Yes, I'm
Mhm.
grateful that I have opportunities. But the main thing is that I know that even though things are a little fucked up right now for me on the work side of things, and could be a little fucked up on the financial side of things, which I don't like. And outside of my doing, I'm not doing bad things, to make this
Mhm.
happen. I'm not drinking and, it's not cocaine and hookers
Damn.
yet. No, it's not. I don't need to go to that, but one way or the other, I know that if what I need to do, I need to keep doing the next right thing, the same
Mhm.
thing we've been taught. I need to be grateful for the things that I have in my
Mhm.
life and my life itself. And then this shit will work out. It'll
Right.
work out if I lose focus on any of that, and if I stop. So that's what you always say, right? Don't stop.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
So if I stop, then I'm fucked. So it doesn't matter. I mean, the shit that I'm going through, I will go through it, and I'll
Yeah.
come out on the other
Exactly.
side.
It will. Yeah. And it's not going to last forever. And hell, it's not even, it's not every second of every day. It's, moments.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it is, and then you step away and you look around and you go, shit ain't that bad.
Yeah, and again, one way or the other. I mean, I'm resourceful. I'll fucking figure it out, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I will. And I mean, one way or the other, I will figure it out. So, and it will work itself out with my help. I got to keep moving
Mm-hmm.
forward.
Right.
I can't just sit back and wait for these good tidings to fall in my lap. Hey,
Mm.
I'm over here in the lucky break lane. Where's mine?
Yeah, right.
Where's mine, motherfuckers? Yeah, but anyhow, so yeah, we can ease some gratitude in here like we always do, but I think that's a good point. We shouldn't have to, just sit back and focus on just and be like, we're going to be grateful now. Let's go. All right, so one thing that I wrote down, and this is something that we have talked about before, but and probably I don't even want to say probably, I know for a fact this came up with exactly what I was just talking about, and I forgot that I wrote this down. So yeah, I mean, a situation like this, it's easy for me to get just angry in general when shit's not going my way.
Hmm.
And everything that I just explained, it's easy to have a little bit of anger and stuff like that. But it made me think about, because as I was walking, I remember specifically, it was a couple of days ago, I'm downstairs walking in the basement, getting some steps in and doing whatever, and
Hmm.
I'm like, God, I'm irritated, but is it justifiable? So that's what I wrote down. We've talked about it before, but justifiable anger. Okay, so first of all, what is it? Is there such a thing as justifiable anger in your opinion? And how do we handle something that we could or should be? I don't even say should be. It could be justifiably angry about.
Mm. I mean, yeah, there are clearly certain things that are just wrong, and yeah, that pisses me off. That's whatever people's actions or yeah, right. It's just wrong. It's bad. I hate the word evil because whatever, good and evil. But yeah, there are things that are truly wrong, and the the preponderance of it pisses me off. The acceptance of it pisses me off. So I mean, as far as that goes, yes. Other people's acceptance of bad things, yes, that pisses me off, and I think that's fairly justifiable. But again, it comes down to, what can I control? What do I have power over? People, places, and things. Not fucking powerless. I can't stop anyone from doing wrong things. I can not be around them. But if somebody wants to do something wrong, and I'm a wonderful example of that, they're going to do it because I
Right.
did lots of wrong things for a very long time. But yeah, again, then it comes down to, okay, so why am I allowing it in my life? Why am I being around it? I'm not going to stop it, but I'm certainly not going to condone it, and I'm not going to be around it. Keeping my side of the street clean. I'm not going to do those wrong things. That's about the only thing I have power over is my own actions. So yeah, yes, I could be angry at the wrongs of the world, but as long as I'm not participating in them, fuck, man, focus on the good. Again, find the good. It is there. Sometimes you got to dig a few feet down to find it, but but
Right.
it's there.
Right. Well, and that was a thing I was thinking about, because I mean, you're right. There are things going on, whether it be individuals or collective groups or the world in
Hmm.
general, whatever the case is.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it would be it would be ridiculous to say that there's nothing in life that's worth getting angry over. Okay, but
Hmm.
to your point though, is that to what extent, right?
Right.
And to what level, and also to what extent am I not just what extent am I going to get angry, but to what extent am I going to allow it to affect me?
Hmm.
And to your point also, if you have no control over, which I think you just said that, right? We
Right.
have no control over what is it? What was that again? People, places,
People,
and what?
places, and things.
And there's no control over any of those things, correct?
Hmm. Correct.
I fucking say that to myself 4 times a day. It's twice in my or two times a day. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's in my prayers, top to bottom,
Hmm.
from beginning and end of my day. So I outside of even saying it to myself normally, guaranteed, I remind myself of that fucking twice a day. So
Right.
and still I don't get it sometimes. But
Mhm.
so to what extent am I going to allow that to affect me? What can I do to change it? And to your point, and I think it's great when you had said that, you said this a number of episodes ago, was I don't need to be, and you said yourself, and I agree with you. I don't need to be around that person. I
Mhm.
have the right to walk away. I have the
Yep.
ability to walk away from that person.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing too is if this person, if there's anyone in this world, in this life that's lighting up my life and making me angry and literally physically or emotionally affecting my life, whose
Mhm.
fucking fault is that? Right?
Yep. Exactly.
Go look in the mirror, motherfucker. It's you.
Uh-huh.
Because again, I think we just talked about is we can't control these other fucking people, these
Mhm.
other goddamn places or silly things, and then We're gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it ruin my day.
Right.
Really?
And by extension, ruin the day of the people around me that probably don't have anything to do with it.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. So I'm not just gonna fuck myself up. I'm gonna fuck those around me up. Huh.
Yep.
And I probably Jesus Christ.
Right.
This is
and to what extent is my anger making things better? Right. Which is, right. I mean, okay, this thing is wrong. It's pissing me off. Okay. So this anger, what am I going to do with it? Is it making the situation better? Is it, again, no power over that other person doing wrong things. So my anger isn't even affecting them anyway. So it's kind of worthless.
And I'm only laughing because it's so fucking ridiculous when you say it out loud. You're like, well, yeah, no shit. I mean, like, why are you even talking about this? Because it's so fucking elementary.
Mm-hmm.
just makes no goddamn sense. Of course. Jesus Christ, that was funny. Really, yeah, it's really fucking funny. But yeah, I mean, it's so. I guess let's wrap up this justifiable anger stuff. Yeah, you could be angry all you fucking want, but
sure.
How upset do you want to be, and how fucked up do you want your life to be? I guess is the answer to that
exactly.
question.
How right? So two wrongs, right? What do they add up to?
That'll even everything out, make everything wonderful. I've heard, right? Oh, that's so fucking great. That is so fucking wonderful. Thank you.
Sure.
These are the conversations that I really like. The ones that I sit there and I start laughing because it's so fucking ridiculous. And when you start talking, when we start talking about this stuff out loud, I'm like, God, why is this even a topic? How could this even be? Speaking of a topic, I'll bet you that. I bet you that's probably Shelley, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. We're getting dogs in like quadraphonic now.
Yeah. Oh, it was just kind of funny. I literally wasn't even clicking in my head that you were literally over in the house too. Okay, everyone sit back and enjoy this symphony of four dogs on Thanksgiving Day. Everyone.
4 dogs and 2 microphones.
Yeah. Where's our turntables? Okay, good. Somebody calm them down. But yeah, so we've got our sister's 3 dogs, and then our niece's dog Bentley's here. He's lovely, he's wonderful, but you get all 4 of them, in a situation like that. And I think that was Kathy's friend Shelley that's probably coming over. So, but anyhow, so I think we handled the whole justifiable anger thing, right?
I believe we did.
So this was from, and this is just, again, I wrote this down this week, but this is kind of a paragraph. It's a longish thing. And just allow me to get to my point. Okay.
All right. I'm going to sit back now and not be hunched over my microphone for a minute. Thank you.
Because as I'm starting to read through this again, I'm like, this is a lot, but I do have a point. Okay. So this was from God Grant Me. It was talking about steps 4 through 9, which, just so everyone knows, that comes up every once in a while. They'll focus on steps every once in a while, a set of. So it says, first of all, we have to sort out the baggage of our old life in step 4. Then we show the baggage to someone in step 5. Simple enough, right?
Right.
And then getting advice about what to take with us into our new life and what to let go. That's all in step 5. This is the part that is, kind of what I want to talk about. It said in steps 6 and 7, we repack our bags for our new life. So in step 8 and 9, we clean up our old life. I think we're all on the same page with all this stuff, right?
Right.
But my question with this, and I've read this God Grant Me book for probably 10 or 11 years, if not longer than that, is that, you and I talk about, there's certain steps that we are working, whether we know it or not, or whether we focus on it or not, on a daily basis. And it's our opinion that we work on, clearly we're working steps 6 and 7 on a daily basis.
Hopefully.
So if that be the case, are we kind of repacking our bags every day? You see what I mean? Because it's like, we're doing all these things normally, and it was kind of a pondering moment. I'm like, well, if we did that, we're repacking shit to go forward in our lives. If we're working that, I don't know. Does that make sense? Are we actually doing that on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, you're doing step 10 to take a look at what's in your bag and, and then you go back to 6 and 7 and go, all right, well, this has got to go and this has got to go. And then you put the good stuff back in. So, yeah, I mean, you're constantly rearranging that bag, I would think. Right. To move forward. I mean, that's, a big part of 6 and 7. Well, okay. So 4 and 5, right? You do that big inventory and figure out all the crap you got to get rid of. But, invariably, we miss stuff and and there's stuff that we think we need at that point in our recovery. And so we have to, take a look at it again, step 10, and how did I do today and blah, blah, blah. And so we're constantly rearranging that bag and taking things out and putting things back in. And, as we get better, hopefully like the good stuff gets bigger. So there's not as much room for the bad stuff. That's the theory anyway. So yeah, I would think we're constantly rearranging things and, packing it in better and bringing some stuff up to the top where it's, closer and maybe burying some of the other stuff down towards the bottom, that we'll deal with later.
Right.
But at least the good stuff's sitting on top. So it's a little tougher to get to the bad stuff because it's wedged down there in the corner. I don't know, man. I'm rambling.
Get in the goddamn corner where you fucking belong.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just for those of people out there that are listening that maybe are not step people, and I'm just so you know, I'm not. This is not off the top of my head. I just looked this.
Right.
I'm looking at the steps, so I'm going to read these off as they said. So, steps 6 and 7, or steps 6 and 7, and this was why I asked it up, and it was a genuine question. I thought it was an interesting topic. So, step 6 is being entirely ready to have God or our higher power remove all of our defects of character. These ones we've identified. And then in step 7, we're asking this higher power to remove those shortcomings. Okay.
Right.
So the key there is that we've talked about on here, and I'm not trying to dumb this down for people, but for those of you that are not familiar with the steps, we've talked about it on here, is that we, like Mike and I, continue to have shortcomings. We have things that we are, still trying to work on, things that not necessarily bad things, but they're, defects, shortcomings, whatever you want to call them, that we've got to work on so they don't get, if nothing else, they're minimized now where they used to be just magnified and just fucking out in the open all the time.
Right. Yeah,
but
the point is we're still working on them. We're still, I said, the shit's still in the bag. We're just, and we're trying to, and again, it's a process, that there's some of that stuff, I kind of like. I don't want to, I really don't want to get rid of it. I know I should, but and eventually, hopefully it'll be really small and in a very tiny corner. Again, still working on it. Drop that rock.
Right. And I mean, and that's the whole point. That was the thing that, we've talked about before, that I didn't understand. That I thought I did, and I completed 6 and 7. And, when I moved on to my second sponsor, who ended up also being Mike's sponsor, was our sponsor for years. Joe, we've talked about him plenty of times. And he's like, no, when you understand why that's not true, come back and talk to me. No, I get it, Joe. If you ever listen to this, what you know, you don't. But so that was just kind of and I like the way you put that, because yes, I mean, if we're constantly, which we should be, to your point, we're constantly working on these defects of character, shortcomings, whatever you want to call them. I mean, we're going to have to rearrange that, that luggage every once in a while. And whatever the case is, the things that were glaring for us for the last, I don't know, let's say the last 30 days, those things are right up on top. Now, like you said, you could tuck those back into the corner until they fucking pop up again.
Right. Which they will.
And then when we're doing, step 10 and, we're like, fuck it. I gotta, God damn it. When I was wrong, fucking wrong.
That stinky pair of socks down at the bottom of the bag.
Yep, there they are again. I thought I put you away. I thought you were okay for now. I thought you were cleaned up, but apparently you were not. But yeah, that's I don't know. It was the whole baggage thing. I know we talk about this whole. That's such a thing these days. Oh, there's a lot to unpack and unpack this and unpack that. I despise that. I really do.
Sure.
But in this case, I'll accept it because it makes sense to me, and I think I like it. So I guess I'll accept it. So, quick side note: I just thought about this, and I talked about the John Candy documentary, and I don't remember, and I know it was from the morning show that I listened to, but for the life of me, I thought that one of the guys in there said that this thing that I'm going to say was from the documentary, but I don't remember it. Kind of like at the end almost. And I think I watched the end of it where I saw, outtakes or whatever. But if anyone who's watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles knows about John Candy's, his crate or his trunk and all that stuff, then whatever. And I mean, we could all assume because when they get in the hotel that night, I mean, he's got his pillow, he's got his beer, he's got whatever. So for the most part, he's probably he's wearing his pajamas, we assume, right? He's got clothing and all that sort of things. But they were talking about on the radio that said this thing that he saw, maybe it was something else. He said that both he and Steve Martin in this outtake opened up the trunk. So the lid opened up. So the top of the lid was facing the camera. So you couldn't see what was inside. But they both kind of looked in and they're like, huh, and then walked away. And so he was thinking, this guy at the radio show was thinking, well, fuck, they were finally going to show us what was inside the trunk after all these years, which they never did. And then this is so fucking sick. It was so fucking funny. They're like, what if it was his wife's bones?
Yeah, his dead wife. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I say, really? Fucking Marie, her remains are in his. He's been hauling around Marie in this trunk for 8 years or whatever it was.
Why not?
I mean, why not? And I'm like, that is so fucking funny. I'm like, I forgot to, I meant to actually make a note of that, write that down, but I didn't. It just, when we were talking about the suitcase that we were carrying around, I'm like, ooh, Marie's remains.
Yes.
Fucking dead bones. We got to talk about that.
Yes.
All right. So, anything else on that? I mean, I think that was an interesting topic because I never thought about it that way as far as the packing and repacking on a daily basis. But I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, why wouldn't we, right?
Right. Exactly. Clearly we're not, everything's not where it should be. And
right.
We're not done fixing things and moving things around and, making it more efficient and packed better. And, hopefully that bag, we could make it smaller, so it's not as heavy to carry around.
Ooh, nice analogy. I like it. All right. So on that analogy, what do you think there, brother?
Well, I think it's time for us to take a break. So sit back, stay tuned, and listen to these wonderful words from our sponsors.
Hey, Mike, I have a question for you.
All right, I may have an answer for you.
So if you're one of our fine listeners and you wanted to know a little bit more about the podcast, more than just listening to us ramble, where would you go as a listener? What do you think you'd do?
I believe you would go to SoberNotMature.com.
Ding. Okay, good. Now, next question is, what if you've been, I don't know, seeing us on social media, you've seen our t-shirts, you've seen some of the pictures we posted, and the person's like, you know what, I want to be cool like those guys and get a t-shirt or a coffee mug. Where would they go for that? I know this is a tougher question, but where would they go for that one?
They would go to SoberNotMature.com.
They could do that. Yes, you're right. Because once you're on SoberNotMature.com, they can hit the store link and go to our second website, which is SoberNotMatureShop.com.
See, I was going to say store. I'd have screwed it up.
You know what? The thing of it is you got it right the first time. Everything people want is at, go ahead with the first website,
SoberNotMature.com.
And if you mess around on there, you're going to see everything we have. Obviously, we have our merchandise. See a little bit about us, a little bit about our background. We posted some other things on there, but I don't know. You can even sign up for our email list. And here's the good thing. We barely email anyone ever, so you're not going to get spammed.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That would be like effort on our part, and that's not going to happen.
Right. I have never used our mailing list yet. I may at some point, but that would take structure and discipline, which I don't think either one of us have, do we?
I know I don't.
All right. So just to wrap up here, to visit our main website and get to everything that is us, where would they go, Mike?
SoberNotMature.com.
Visit that today, right?
Right.
Okay, I think we're done. Are you done?
I'm done.
Bye.
Bye.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
All right, everyone. Welcome back. Hey, everyone, are you grateful to be back?
Are you grateful the commercials are over?
It's kind of funny. So, yeah, exactly. So, quick question: are you hearing any interruption in our conversation at all, or no?
No.
Okay. So, and I've heard a couple of, like we have a guest on, we'll hear sometimes that Wi-Fi does a bzzz type of thing. I'm hearing it a little bit. I mean, I know it's never gonna show up on the recording. But all that it does is for like it's literally like 2 seconds, and I've never lost track of what you're talking about. But so I don't know. I mean, our thought was that not having your plugged into an Ethernet cable wouldn't be a big deal. Maybe it does make a difference a little bit. But
yeah, maybe
it's not hurting anything. But it just I noticed it. And I didn't know if it was coming on both sides. So
nope.
Okay, so either way, I mean, we're doing what we do because you know what? we're rebels. We're rebels, man. You say
right. Rebel Dottie. I'm a loner.
Yes. Exactly. All right, so hang on one moment. Do you want to talk about podcasts for just a minute? It's nothing really big, but just a couple of things with podcasts.
Sure.
So I was listening to, and this is fuck it. I'll say the name of it. The Sober Motivation podcast that I've been talking about, and I've always praised what he does. His name is Brad. The Sober Motivation podcast. I love it. It's a great podcast. All those sort of things. I listened to like the newest episode at some point. Well, it's probably last weekend when I was listening to it, and I don't know. I mean, this just bothered me just a tad because I don't understand why he would do this. But I'll tell you, and then we'll go from there. So he's saying that he's in the process of starting a separate podcast. Okay. And it's going to be subscription only. Obviously, got to pay for it.
Right.
But he said it won't be like recovery stories or anything like that. It's going to be more about his stories, how he got sober, how he stays sober, his insights, possibly some conversations with guests. But he claims there's going to be obviously a lot of value to the podcast. And I'm like, it almost bummed me out a little bit because I'm like, he does such a good job. And when I look at a podcast like that, and I'll tell you why it bummed me out. First of all, I really like his podcast. I like his structure and that sort of thing. I'm not questioning his need or want or whatever to start another podcast or to have that sort of thing. But what I don't understand is why he would charge for it. That's number one.
Right.
But also why he doesn't just incorporate something with what he's doing, why he has to make a separate one. Kind of his choice. But on top of that too, is he's big enough, and I know what his follower base is on Instagram and that sort of thing. He's got like 200,000-300,000 followers and stuff like that.
Okay.
He's got a they do this other group, and I can't think of what his group is called now. But he's also already got a pay group, kind of like for people can join this sober community. So he's already got that where they do meetings and all this sort of things. So he's got that. I know he's got that for a revenue stream. He doesn't run commercials in his. That's what made me think about it, but I wrote it down also. But doesn't run commercials in his episodes. Okay. But he'll have we're sponsored by blah 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 or that sort of thing. So he's got my point is he's got the clout, I think, where he could get advertisers and not have to charge people. Okay. Sure. Now these are my thoughts. Now none of these things matter. Because he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Sure.
And he's got a great foundation and all those sort of things. It kind of, I'm not going to stop listening to him. I'm not going to pay for it. There's no
right.
Not a goddamn way in the world I'm going to pay for it because there's plenty of podcasts out there, ladies and gentlemen, this being one of them.
Yes.
If you're looking for opinions and stories and all those things we don't have to pay for, we already do that just in case people haven't figured that out. But it's not just us. There's plenty of other podcasts out there that do that.
Right.
And I think that we've made it very clear. Yes, you've got to suffer through those commercials. That's a Spotify thing. Granted, now we're maybe making $10 or $11 a month. It's big fucking money, right? But and I'll tell you guys in a minute because I'm going through receipts and everything because it's getting towards the end of the year. I'll tell you what we spend every year on this podcast also. But the goal that we had from the start is to try to grow to a point where we can charge advertisers and not have to charge any people. I'm not saying that I think Mike, you and I probably talked about it at one point as far as having some sort of pay thing. And we've never been in a position to do it because I don't think why would anyone want to pay for this shit? Because, because you can get it for fucking free. Right. But so we're not in that position. We're not a Mark Maron, we're not even a Joe Rogan or whoever these people are that charge for these things. But the goal is to hopefully to a point grow where we can actually get revenue from that, not do that. So I don't know. I'm not angry about it. It threw me off a little bit just because I value him as a podcaster. I value his show. I just don't understand the point behind it. I'm not asking you to give me a point behind it. I'm just airing out my thoughts. That's all.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like you said, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I've talked about a bit, the main podcast that I listen to is an extension of a terrestrial radio show that I've been listening to for like 30 years. Right.
Right.
And they do 4 free shows a week. And then they do a bonus show, which is subscription, no commercials. And it's just them and they can swear and all that good stuff. Yeah, and I've been listening to these guys for a long, long time, and I don't pay for the bonus show. I get 4 shows a week from them, and that's enough for me. That's cool, and I appreciate that. And they sell merch and blah blah blah. So do we.
Right.
We try anyway. It's available. Hey, where would one get that merch?
That would be go to SoberNotMature.com and hit the store link.
Cool.
Kind of like our commercial said, right? If anyone listens
exactly. To that. I just assumed they fast forward it, so I thought I'd throw that in there. But anyway, right? Yeah, same thing. I mean,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's there. Yes, it would be great if we made some money off of this thing, but that's like you said, it's not why we do it. We're giving it away to keep it. And it's a chance for us to get together and do whatever the fuck this is, and talk to each other and hang out for once a week and blah blah blah. That's really it. If we made a couple bucks off it, that'd be great, but that's not why we're here.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't begrudge him for wanting to make money. I just don't like the fact that it was one of those things where I really again, I don't worship anyone. I don't put anyone up on a pedestal or anything like that. But
that's why, because they'll fucking disappoint you every goddamn time.
Right. It's just I like who he is and what he does, and I think he's going to dirty up what he's trying to do,
diminishing himself. Right
there, you go, diminishing, and that's my opinion as a fan, not as a podcaster, but as a fan.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He's diminishing himself in your eyes.
Right.
For whatever that's worth.
Probably that and $1.50 will get you a cup of coffee. But
well, you get a cup of coffee for $1.50. Cool.
Right. But you know what I mean? It's just I don't know. It just kind of threw me off because like you said, and I mean, we've been really, really open about our purpose and not wanting to take money from people either. And that goes into the other one and the I'm not going to name the podcast because I never do on this one, but we have talked about, podcasts begging for money and this whole buy me a coffee fucking bullshit, and support us, be here for the new guy and blah, blah, blah. That podcast that I'm always complaining about with that, they haven't done, I listen to them every week. They put out an episode just like us on a weekly basis. I haven't heard them say that in probably 3 months, if not, maybe even longer than that.
Yeah. And so they repacked their bag.
they did. They repacked their bag. And what made me think about it is they were talking about something else that they put out for free, and they said, "Hey, if this didn't cost you anything, it just helped you out in between episodes, blah blah blah. If you want to support the show, you could do that, but it's not necessary." So that was that's the closest that they've got to that. That was an episode that I listened to earlier today, and then part of me is like, I'm like, God, I wonder if anyone just kind of reached out to them and like, the Sober Not Mature guys are fucking bashing you guys for what you're doing. Because we know the person, well, we don't know the person,
Mhm.
but we know them through this medium is, I
Sure.
guess, the best way to put that. And if that individual came up and said, I heard you guys were, fucking bad mouthing us, I'm like, we aren't bad mouthing you. We're
Right.
bad mouthing anyone that does that because we
Yeah.
think it's wrong. So,
Yes.
yes, we were bad mouthing the concept, and you happen to be,
Yeah.
if the shoe fits it, if you're participating in the concept, then I guess we have been.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
I just don't know. Once again, it's just we've been so open with what we're trying to do here, and what we're trying to do here is just fucking simple. Be fucking selfish. Talk about this shit, and hopefully it hits home with somebody. I mean, we're doing all these fucking things for selfish reasons to try to keep ourselves sober. That's why we started this goddamn thing, and
Yep.
if it's we know it's helped a couple of people along the way, if nothing
Mhm.
else, and that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And that's I talk
Kind of
about
enough.
grateful. Yeah,
Yeah.
talk about grateful.
Right.
Speaking of gratitude, there's one. All right, so hang on 1 second here. Oh yeah, so this one was kind of interesting. I was just trying to scan it over before I read it to see if this is actually it's something decent. Sometimes I write down this shit. And I'm like, God, does this make any fucking sense?
Is this anything?
It's just is this anything? But well, here we go. I guess
All
we're
right.
about to find out.
Cool.
So again, listening to a podcast, and the guest was talking about the fact that most people, and that they use these words, most people don't get this thing or get sober on their first try. So that's the first thing.
Right.
And then the host said that he's talked with thousands of people, and
Mhm.
maybe 2 got it on their first try. Okay.
Right. Unicorns.
So, yeah. In parentheses, I said, do you think it's a positive to tell people that it may not happen on the first try, or is it a negative, or is it dangerous? Do you think it matters? Because I mean, we know that, and we hate statistics, but we know what the
Right.
statistics are. But do you think is it dangerous? Is it helpful, or does it not fucking matter if people are out there saying it?
I mean, yes.
Again, I can't argue with you with that
Right.
answer. I mean, I can't.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell your story, right? That's what we've been told all the time. Be truthful, be honest, be brief, and be seated.
Right.
Yeah. Tell your story. If part of your story is, it took me a couple of times. Hi, me. Tell your story. Your story is, I walked in, I was pissed off, I didn't want to be there, and I'm still fucking here. Right. It's
in
just
spite of myself.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, my answer, yes, it can be helpful. It took me a few times. Okay, cool. It took me a few times too. That makes me feel, that I didn't fail, that it's, it happens that way. But again, your story, you walked in, you started doing the work, and hey, guess what? It fucking worked. That's helpful too. You don't have to. Relapse does not have to be a part of recovery. It often is, and that's okay too. Is what it is, man. But doesn't have to be. So yes, it's helpful and it's hurtful. Yes.
And once again, there's been a handful of things that we talked about. These questions I've asked, and you've just said yes, and I'm like, that's a 100% acceptable answer is yes to that question. The only thing that I ever think of is that when I first got into the Keating Center, and I hear a lot of these people talking about that, and I remember in group I asked that question. I said, so does that mean that is that relapse is part of recovery? And I said it in this way. I used it as this example because I'm trying to understand all this shit.
Sure.
Is relapse part of recovery like death is part of life? And I remember it was the bad Jim Gallagher that was leading the group. And he kind of lit me up about it, He's like, where did you hear that? Why would you say that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm asking a goddamn question, you know?
Right.
Because I don't know any better, And the answer was exactly what you just said. It is a part of a lot of people's story, but it doesn't have to be, And then when that first person died at the Keating Center, and then I was telling Dawn about it, and she's telling me that, that she's like, you don't get a second chance. And in my head, I'm like, well, everyone else does.
Sure.
I mean, I didn't say that. That's what I'm thinking,
Of course.
Like, why does everyone else get a second chance, but
Yeah.
I'm not allowed? You
right.
know?
Exactly. Why does everybody get to go out and party again and I can't?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone else gets to fuck things up one more time and I don't.
Right.
But and that's why I've said before, and I've said it to her, and I'll say this openly again to anyone who wants to fucking listen, or even if you don't. I credit a lot of these little, I'm not credited a lot. Dawn, who is my ex-wife, my son's mom,
Right.
said a number of things to me from the time I got sober, and especially in those early years, those first 2-3 years,
Sure.
that stuck with me and that meant something to me and that helped me. I will never say that she or anybody or anything else kept me sober,
Right.
but those little tidbits, she was as useful to me and as beneficial to me as any one of these folks that we met along the way with the little tidbits that we've taken from them. And she didn't know.
Right. Of course not.
She knew nothing about, the recovery side of things. She didn't know she was being helpful. I don't think she was trying to be. She wasn't trying to be hurtful, but I don't think she was like, I'm going to drop this little tidbit for this guy here.
Well, again, it's it goes back to the beginning, man, being grateful, being available for that help. And yeah, right. You were open to it and you were, because very easily, especially us, what do you mean? Fuck you. I don't get another chance, yeah. And like you said, your brain went there for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course, because that's what we do. But no, you were open to it and it meant you were open enough and it meant enough to you, her and your son and it carried weight and you picked that weight up. That was you. You took that action, again, you could have looked at it and went, well, fuck you too. But you didn't, you were open to having that tool handed to you and you took it and used it. And that's a cool thing.
And you know what's scary about that, and I'll tell you where I was sitting when I was talking to her. I was in the phone room. Remember we used to answer phones?
Yeah, right.
So for everyone, there's a phone line that people call and try to get beds and blah blah blah, and they use Marty and all those guys. They use residents like us, to answer the phones and write down names and blah blah blah. So what were we? I mean, when do we start doing that? 30 to 60 days,
right?
In that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is terrifying.
Well, of course.
It's fucking terrifying that I was able, that I was given that type of information and didn't fuck it up.
Right.
I mean, and I am fucking serious. It's right now. It almost makes me a little uncomfortable thinking if anyone would have said to me, hey, just so you know, you're going to be given a life lesson here and possibly a brief statement or some words that could end up affecting in a positive way your sobriety journey.
Sure.
And you're going to be 47 days sober when you hear
right.
it. And I'd be like, no, wait till 6 months. Give me some fucking time. And you're going to be by yourself. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Nobody else there.
Or the other side of the coin, you're 40-something days sober and you fucking give some guy some information and it kills them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. That's the other. I guess I did. Thank you.
Sure.
Put another nightmare in my head. Holy shit. But I don't know. It just again blows my mind. It was an interesting thing that we haven't talked about in a while, but I just didn't know. I mean, I like the way you said that. Literally, I like the fact that it is a yes. I mean, it could go either direction.
Right.
It really depends on. We have no control. Again, back to people, places, and things. So we have no control over the information that we're putting out. Like even right now, as long as if our goal is to try to put out positive information, give positive insights and thoughts, and I don't want to say direction, but again, positive thoughts, and somebody takes it or doesn't take it, we have no control over that. So if we say that, you say, hey man, I fucking bounced around for a little bit. I did all the drugs in the world. I did everyone, all of them.
Hi.
And I was specifically talking about you.
Right.
And I didn't get it. I wasn't this. And then finally, this happened. And somebody takes that as an excuse to give it one more try and they fucking overdose. Not your goddamn fault.
No, it is not.
And it's, it's just, again, for somebody to take the, however they take the information, all we can do is try to do the next right thing and to make whose corner of the world better? What?
I believe ours.
Our little corner of the world a little bit better.
Yep.
Okay. So that, all right. I mean, I feel well, not that I felt weird about it, but that kind of that grounds things a little bit for me because I really when it popped up, I'm like, God, what is that? Is it good or is it bad? Yeah, I don't fucking know. There's no fucking know at all. All right, so this one is from Keep It Simple, and this was from the prayer for the day. Higher power, help me always remember how my ill. Can I start over?
Sure. Take
Okay.
2. 3, 2, 1.
From Keep It Simple, by the way, from the prayer for the day, higher power, help me remember how my illness almost destroyed me. Help me face the pain of these memories. Okay. So my thought in my parentheses was when you look back, do any of the memories bring you pain today or at any point during your sobriety? Early sobriety might be a little different, but do any of those memories of again how your illness almost destroyed you? Does any of that bring you pain?
Fuck yeah. It better.
Again, good answer.
I better not look back on it and go, man, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
It was, right. Because then I'm going to start justifying and rationalizing. And yeah, it wasn't that bad. Oh, maybe I could just, right. No, it's fucking awful. And I better remember that. And yes, painful. Good. We're supposed to. I mean, getting loaded was trying not to feel pain.
Right.
Being sober, thankfully, one of the side effects is, guess what? You don't feel pain like you used to, but you better feel a little bit. And especially looking back and remembering the way that you were and the way you affected other people. And yeah, I hope it hurts. I hope it always hurts.
Right. Yeah. And that's it's one thing when I had those thoughts and same deal, whatever comes up and I have these thoughts when I'm by myself or, in my own little world and these thoughts come up and, same thing. I've said that before, I've like physically felt uncomfortable when you think of something or you watch something or read whatever the case is.
Right.
But then when you have somebody else talking about something, maybe not even bringing up that specific thing, but, when we had Kathy on the podcast, Dawn and I have had some conversations, at the time when Derek was younger, when he was going through some of his, I don't want to say his troubled times, but, causing some issues at home.
Sure.
Because he was being a kid, but then
finding his way. Right.
Yeah. And then, then Dawn's getting all upset. And I know why she's getting upset because, because of all the shit that, how the things that she remembers, things that I did,
Right.
And then, so when you see that, when you see your pain or your things still causing other people pain, that's fucking powerful, you know?
It should be.
I know. And it's mind blowing, but, I don't know. It's kind of, comforting is not the right word. I don't ever want those things to go away.
Right.
I don't want people to hurt. I don't want other people to hurt,
Mm-hmm.
but, I'm glad that, again, grateful. I'm grateful that all these individuals will give us these opportunities today. These families, family members and friends, and people that we harmed and treated like shit.
Right.
As long as there's there's the clause in there that as long as you're not, and same thing, go back to Dawn. As long as you're not, fucking things up. You fuck things up, you're done. You're fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with that because I know better. I mean, nobody's got to, if I start fucking up, nobody's got to show me the door. I don't think. I mean, because I can't sit here. I can't sit around all these people that I love and care about. I can't look you in the eye if I'm fucking up,
Right.
If I start, I mean, and I'm talking about if I start drinking again.
Yeah.
I can't, there's no way that I could do that I think my head's too full of recovery to begin with to make it any fun.
Right.
But I know if I got to that point, I'm going to fucking try to make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can't do that around you people. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't ever want that pain to go away, but I know for a fact if I start fucking up, I think I'm going to know exactly where the door is at. Right.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I mean, it's always there. I just don't want to walk through it ever again.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, whenever, same thing. When people say that alcohol is not an option, of course it fucking is. It's always, drinking is always an option. Alcohol is always an option. Fucking drugs are always an option.
Yes, they are.
Ruining your life and everyone else's life around you is always a fucking option. But if keep doing the work, hopefully it's less of an option. Like you just said, I know where the door is. It's right over there, man.
Exactly. Well,
No
yeah,
rush.
it's, I've used the quote before. It's my favorite one. Suicide's always an option. Unfortunately, the blood splatters on the living.
Yeah, and it does. It just fucking does.
And it goes for, all the rest of it too. Yes, drinking's still an option, but the vomit's going to spill on all the living.
I thought it was going to be about the vomit.
Well, okay. How about the diarrhea? All that fun stuff that comes with drinking and using drugs.
I had a drinking dream the other night. It's the first time in a long time. And the only thing this is the only thing that I remember. First of all, Angel was in the dream. I don't know why.
Right.
Angel and I were hanging out. We were in. It was this whole like if you went to an outlet mall, okay, that's where we were for some reason. But I think we were working there, and I was drinking. I had like a pint of like there were plastic bottles, okay, plastic pints. I had a pint of whiskey that was tucked away safely in a pocket that I had like a coat pocket, right? But then I had finished and empty. And I never literally drink in my dreams,
right?
In my drinking
neither
dreams,
do I.
It just
right,
which is kind of fucking weird. But I just making a point there. So I wasn't drinking, but I had consumed the vodka one, so that one's empty. And the other thing was I had like a second car in the parking lot, and I had to keep moving it to different spots, and I don't remember why. But then there was some guy there who I don't know who the guy was. He kept telling me to move the car, so I moved my car. So then the person of authority in here who I was trying not to, because I kept dropping this vodka bottle, right? But it's plastic, so it's making noise, but I'm picking it up real quick and trying to put it in my pocket. And so the person of authority was either Marty or both of these individuals, or my manager from True Green from years ago.
Right.
And these are the two individuals that I was trying to keep this vodka bottle concealed because I couldn't put it in the garbage.
Sure.
And I was trying to get outside, or I don't remember what the deal was. But that was like the gist of the dream. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right. I mean, those are my drinking and using dreams too, which don't happen very often, but it's pretty much me trying to hide the fact that I've already done it. Right. And I'm not even like, feeling good or any of that. It's just right. I'm just trying to fucking hide it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yay. Fun.
That is exactly what that's funny that you say that, because that's what it was. I'm trying to hide one empty bottle, but I still had a bottle of whiskey in my other pocket.
Oh yeah.
And I know for a fact it was whiskey and it was vodka. It was just fucking stupid. None of it made any goddamn sense. And I know Angel was there, but she had no other part. Just she was there.
Right. Yeah. She was an extra.
Yeah. Thanks, Angel, for fucking helping out. I don't even. What was your purpose?
Cameo? Right.
Why couldn't you go move my fucking second car?
Right.
At least. So have you ever watched the show? This was on HBO, but now it's on Netflix. Have you ever watched the show Nurse Jackie with
yeah. Actually, a few weeks ago, for the first time, I was over at Chris's house and we ended up watching, I don't know, probably 10 episodes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So very recently I've seen some of it. Yes.
Okay, so Edie Falco, she was in Sopranos and all that stuff. I mean, great character. But so the gist. Obviously, she's a nurse and she's a drug addict, and trying to cover it up. And I think it's wonderfully done because it's a great picture of what we do. She just happens to be a nurse and is stealing pills and doing, but she's doing all the things that we do.
Right.
But it was at the end of, I just got to the end of one of the seasons recently, and I've seen this before, probably twice. But they were talking about it on, I think, the Sober Curator had an article about it, because I think there's I don't know if a new season's coming out, something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's popped up again, and now it's available on Netflix, because I think they're pulling out another season, I think.
Yeah, I think
could be right or wrong.
I believe you are correct.
Well, that would be, let me write that down.
Yeah, right.
what fucking day is it? I know it's Thanksgiving, but what day is it? 27th. Okay.
Yes.
Never mind, I wrote that 11/27. Okay. But at the end of one of these seasons now, it's like the jig is up, right? I mean, her best friend, who's a doctor, now she knows. Her husband found out. They found all these background things, and Jackie doesn't know yet. And she comes home, and her husband's there. We got to talk. The kids are at his sister's. The doctor's there, and then Jackie's like, "Oh, no." So she realizes that fucking intervention, right?
Right.
Her husband's like, you're a fucking drug addict, blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
So she's just like, yeah, you can leave my fucking house and blah, blah, blah. So, complete denial. She walks upstairs, locks herself in the bathroom, and she's looking into the mirror in the bathroom. And this is a lot of times where she goes and she has hidden pills and whatever there. She's just staring in the mirror. And then they show this, and they're in New York, is where it takes place.
Right.
So they show this picture of her. It's like she's at the beach, like somewhere it's not warm out. It's not like some tropical beach, but she's sitting down on this beach. And then in the background, you hear, my name is Jackie. I'm a drug addict. And they're like, okay, so obviously she's gonna make, get herself sober and do whatever. Then they flash back to her looking in the mirror, and she literally starts just laughing uncontrollably out loud, and then looks in the mirror again and says, "Blow me." And then that was the end of the season. Then that episode ends. I'm like, I couldn't stop laughing. I forgot about it. I couldn't fucking stop laughing because I'm like, again, everything is literally fucking falling apart. It's everyone knows it's out in the open. It's fucking everything's there. And her answer is fucking blow me.
I can relate to that.
I know. It's so fucking wonderful. I wrote that down. So I'm like, I got to talk about that. Cause I'm like, that is absolutely, that's fucking us. That's so much us. All right. I mean, I think I might have a couple other things, but I got actually a couple of, do you feel like listening?
Wow.
Do you feel like hearing about a couple of articles? I got a couple that are kind of funny.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Kind of little lighthearted stuff to end out this
it's a holiday
episode. Okay, so this one was kind of funny. Where is it? Oh, Jesus Christ, did I not? I'm trying to think if I actually. God damn it! I don't think I saved this one. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, this must have been from a little while ago. Okay, so this is the headline: hallucinating man breaks into neighbor's house to save dog from imaginary fire. So this was from, and I have no idea why this popped up. This is actually from. October of 2016. I have no idea why this popped up into. Something was updated. Something was updated on October 18th of this year. Okay, so first of all, police recalled. Blah blah blah. He's standing out in front of the home with this dog. There was no fire. State police said the man had consumed LSD and cough medicine and thought his neighbor's home in Saratoga County, this was in New York, was being consumed by flames last Thursday. He went around the neighborhood banging on doors and yelled about the fire. Steve Martin, fire!
Right.
My dog said fire. When no one would help, he drove his a BMW. Wow. Drove his black BMW sedan through the neighbor's fence, went to the back door and smashed through it to retrieve the dog. He emerged triumphantly with a large white dog. He emerged triumphantly. Ta-da!
Yes.
And responding officers found him standing outside the home with the dog in his arms. He believed that the residence was on fire and he was rescuing the dog, the state police said. So here's the kicker. So this dude's all fucking lit up and hallucinating or whatever, trying to do, God's work or whatever he's doing. So he was arrested on charges of burglary and criminal mischief.
That's the best kind of mischief.
I know, but burglary, when they get him. Well, no, I was trying to save it. No, you fucking stole the dog.
Yeah, you broke into the house and took their dog.
I just thought, I'm like, that's a bad moment. That might even be.
That would be a bad moment.
It might even be a bad day. So, okay, so there's that one. Did you hear about the Campbell's Soup executive that said some nasty shit?
No.
Okay, so I think everyone has not only heard of Campbell's Soup, but probably consumed it. And so this was he was a VP of the IT department, so not even part of production or anything like that.
Okay.
And he's telling all this stuff to apparently a new employee that he was training or whatever the case was. So this guy's been put on leave, and you'll hear why in a minute. Said that he was that he was trashed the company behind closed doors, including mocking the poor customers and saying the company's meat came from a 3D printer. The statement said, let me get to exactly what he said. Hang on one second here. Jesus Christ, now why can't I? According to the lawsuit, he recorded the employee had recorded this guy. I guess he had said some shit on a few occasions. So this employee recorded him, where the executive insulted the intelligence of Indian colleagues and said the company's products were for poor people. So he's being racist on top of everything else. Provided Business Insider apparent recording of the meeting, not included in the exhibit. But yeah, he was saying that basically the meat was fake, that it was coming from a 3D printer, which again goes against FDA rules and regulations and all that stuff. But he said he's talking about his own home. He goes, if you look at our fucking pantry, we have shit for fucking poor people, right? I don't buy fucking Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. So he's saying all this shit to like a new employee.
Right.
And he's saying that the meat's bioengineered. Oh, and on top of that, after all said and done, and he got released or got put on leave or blah, blah, blah. Apparently he admitted too that, and this is where one of the reasons I wrote it down, he admitted that he comes to work high on a regular basis.
All right.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my Biz Plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with my Biz Plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit Verizon.com/business to get started today.
New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes auto pay and paper-free billing and promotional discount. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge. Applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers in January 5th, 2026.
And it sounded like edibles. So here's a side question. Did you ever do any edibles? Were there edibles around while you were?
Not really. I mean, but old school brownies,
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, no.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I mean, it's now my understanding is there's fucking edibles all over the place. And it's a huge fucking business. So
yeah.
Okay, last one, and this is not necessarily a happy story, but allow me to get to my point, okay? So and I'm saying listeners too, please allow me to get to the point, because this involved a stabbing some years ago. Did you ever hear of Slender Man?
Yeah. I mean, no, but yes, I know it's in the news. Something, yeah.
Okay.
It's like it was some internet thing or something, and somebody stabbed somebody to please a fake person or something.
Correct. Yeah, somewhere along those lines. And it happened in Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah.
And this was in 2014. And these kids at the time were 12. Okay. And they were at a birthday party, whatever. And they ended up luring this other classmate into the woods. And then this one, her last name is Geiser. She's 23 years old now. She's the one that ended up stabbing this kid like 19 times. And then, so she was obviously in custody and was in a mental institution,
right? And
then had been released to, it sounded like still a facility where she had a bracelet on, like an ankle bracelet, but had a little bit more freedom, after whatever, it's been 12, 13 years or 12 years or whatever the case was. So she escaped. She cut off the bracelet, the ankle bracelet, and then escaped. And then apparently there was some 43-year-old dude that somehow helped her escape and blah, blah, blah. So they were in...
Of course.
Right, yeah, 43-year-old dude, she's 23 and got they showed a picture, and he looks like a winner. But so the facility, I believe, was outside of Madison, and they were caught sleeping behind some fucking gas station in a town in Illinois about 30 minutes south of Chicago within a couple of days, okay? So here's the thing. So first of all, I mean, obviously these people that were holding her in custody, they clearly missed the mark, and she shouldn't have. She shouldn't have had that type of freedom and be able to just cut something off and walk away. But so somebody missed the mark there. Okay, so I'm not taking away of this fact, but here's the weird fucking thought, because I've heard these stories lately. There was this group of like 13 prisoners a few months ago over the summer that escaped from some Louisiana printer or prison,
Right.
not printer, inside job, the guard, whatever, and like
Mhm.
it took like 2 months, but they caught all of them. And I
Right.
think the farthest away the last one was, the farthest away one individual got was, I don't know, like 500 miles. Okay.
Mhm.
And most of them were caught within like 2 weeks, and they were within like 3 miles of the prison,
Sure.
So here's my thought. This is my weird thought. I don't understand when these people go through, and I'm not justifying, or I'm not backing the fact that people are escaping from prison and anything like that. But I don't understand how people get. How do people not get away? I don't get it. You just how are you caught? You're sleeping behind a fucking gas station. I mean, you made it from Madison to Chicago, or you made it from this prison to 500 miles away. Is it? I mean, are you? I just don't get it. I'm like, if God forbid, speaking of grateful, I'm grateful that I never spent the night. I spent a night in jail, never in
Right.
prison.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one, grateful. But also, I'm hoping that I keep doing all the right things and never end up in a position where I, have to worry about escaping from
Right.
someplace. But I'm like, how do these fucking people? I mean, are they just that dumb? Is that the way that it is, or what?
Oh, yeah, that's certainly part of it. Also, they're people that clearly act and behave in ways that get them incarcerated, and nothing changes. So they continue with that behavior, and they get caught again.
Right. I was kind of blown away when they was like, a couple of days later when that that 23-year-old got caught, and then I'm like, God, I wonder where she was. And it's like, she been in south of Chicago. And I'm like, God, I wonder where. And like, really, you're just sleeping. I mean, this was a national, manhunt, individual hunt, obviously
Right.
female, but a national individual person hunt. And
Right.
I'm like, you're just out in the open, just sleeping behind a fucking
Yeah.
I think you fucking deserve to get caught again. You deserve to have not been given that freedom to begin with. But once again, man, I am seriously. I'm glad that I never got to the point where I, did anything to end up in prison. We got plenty of friends, spent did their time more than once,
Sure.
or talk about, our friend, that got, stuck in the, the fucking lobby of the bank.
Yeah.
Trying to rob the bank. Have you heard the follow up on that? Has that been in the news or anything? I mean, I'm guessing
they just put him away.
Right. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, I'm just guessing. Yeah, he's not going to see if he sees the light of day, it's not going to be a long time. And again, I feel for him. I mean, he had the same opportunities as we did. And plenty of people around him in plenty of directions, and chose the whatever he thought was the easier, softer way, and he's going to spend his fucking life in prison. So
yeah.
All right. Oh God damn it! On that note, Jesus Christ. Here, let's start. I'll leave you. Not that's fine. We can end. I got one more thing, but you can do your thing first. It's a quick
thing. All right then. Well, thank you. Truly, thank you. We're grateful that you listened to another episode of Sober Not Mature. As always, be good to each other, be kind to each other, go out there and do something nice for somebody else this week, and don't tell anybody you did it. Now, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul, from the beginning of time until the ends of the earth, always and eternally, fuck you. Now it's that time, kids. It is that time. Gobble, gobble, gobble. It's time for you to fuck off. Then keep fucking off. Keep fucking off till you get to a gate with a sign on it saying, you cannot fuck off past here. Climb over that gate. Dream the impossible dream. And keep fucking off forever with giblets.
I was laughing when you said gobble gobble gobble. It's so fucking dumb. It just made me laugh. It just made me laugh. Okay, so last quick thing here. You Sizzler, you remember the restaurant Sizzler, I'm guessing, right? Did you hear that they're making a comeback?
No.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if it's just going to be in select cities or whatever the case was. I'm like, so Sizzler was in it. I'm sure I've been to Sizzler a number of times. It's just a fucking, for anyone who doesn't know, it's just an all-you-can-eat buffet type of shitty steak restaurant. It was nothing special, but I know the ones in Milwaukee, and I think in other areas, but in the Milwaukee area, the ones that got shut down is for fucking E. coli. It was literally just fucking shit-filled restaurants, I guess, and they got shut down. And I'm like, and that was, I mean, shit, I think Pam and I were still together. You're talking 25 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
These fucking restaurants went down, but I'm like, I don't know. Part of me is like, God, it says Sizzler. I'm like, I might want to try it again. Oh, last thing, real quick. And I wrote a note to myself before, but one thing we haven't asked for, and I don't know if anyone else has out there, anyone who listens a regular basis or whatever it is, even new listener, if you ever you collectively have suggestions on what something you want us to talk about, let us know. We haven't asked that in a while. And I thought about that the other day.
Yeah.
We probably talked about it before. We probably over-talked it plenty of times before. Yeah. But it doesn't.
It's what we do.
I was going to say, it's never stopped us before.
That's what this thing is.
So, if you do, seriously, if you have any questions, you can message us on Instagram. You can message us on Facebook. Yes, you can email us. It's info@SoberNotMature.com. But seriously, I think that'd be kind of fun. I mean, get some audience or listener suggestions. Who knows? I mean, we talk about, we said it to begin with, man. We talk about whatever the fuck we feel like, and we may or may not take your suggestions, just so you know, but more than willing to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, we're gonna go eat some fucking dinner pretty soon.
We are.
So I think we're good. All right. I love you, brother.
I love you too.
And we will not only talk but see each other very, very soon.
Yeah, in about a minute.
Exactly. All right. Love you, brother.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. And now it is time for you to fuck off. Then keep fucking off. Keep fucking off until you get to a gate with a sign on it saying you cannot fuck off past here. Climb over that gate, dream the impossible dream, and keep fucking off forever.